Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally.
And I'm your other host, Katie.
Welcome in, everyone. And this week, we have very special things going on in the world. I don't know how to say
In
that.
our
In
small
our
world.
In our small world, we are turning 36. Woo woo woo! Birthday.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Not really, but I like aging, so I accept it. I like to age. I'm very grateful that I get to, but we don't really have any plans. Except this weekend I have plans for Valentine's Day weekend, which I'm excited about.
Okay, yeah, there's also Valentine's Day. Throughout my life, the most common week I always got broken up with on was around Valentine's Day.
Oh gosh.
And I really think it's because it's like a double whammy. It's like our birthday comes first and then Valentine's Day. So if they didn't want to buy me a present, like for both, they would just break up with me. So at a very young age, like my high school boyfriend he actually broke up with me twice. Like one year it was on my birthday because we got back together, and one year was like on Valentine's Day.
That is, I never even noticed that or paid attention to that, but that's actually really funny.
You should reflect on that.
I know.
So it's a little bit of a scarring time of year.
Oh my goodness. That happened to me. So,
really?
Yeah, no, because I got the dog I got in college, Clarabelle, who is my sweet baby angel that I love desperately. I wish she was still here. She's since moved on to puppy heaven, but I adopted her on Valentine's Day because my boyfriend, it was actually, he was dating somebody else. Like he started hooking up with somebody else like right after we broke up, and he and I were still hooking up. So I thought we were getting back together. And on Valentine's Day, they posted that like him and this new person were together. And then I went and got my dog, and it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Valentine's Day is full of a lot of trauma for me. I'm not really like the biggest fan of it, but our birthday I am excited for. We're really not doing anything. My family did a trip to Disney last week, so I kind of felt like that was my birthday celebration. And then this week, I'm ready to be 36 because I feel like I've been 35 for like 2 years.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to ask you if you wanted to come over and do cake at my house tomorrow.
Okay, can we do this off?
Okay, all right. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so moving on.
Yes, moving on.
All right.
But we're gonna go with for our debatable topic, kind of Valentine-y Day stuff. I can talk. But anyway, I'm back on social media, and guys, I'm not lying. The content is just so good. I have so much stuff I could talk about. I have a whole notes app like filled with stuff. But this is what we're going to debate
Which blows
today.
my mind because I never got off of it, and I felt like I had nothing to talk about. You know?
I do have to say, I'm very close to getting off TikTok permanently because I just know it is so bad for my mental health.
Is anybody else very wrapped up in this like lively ordeal drama?
I don't know. I think everybody, but I saw a TikTok that was like, when you talk to people about the things you see on TikTok, you sound like the crazy one. But on TikTok, I'm not crazy because everything's talked about is
talking about the same thing.
But I'm very close. I deleted my Facebook, so I'm back to only Instagram. I very much want to minimize the social media. The intake, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so what are we talking today?
So I was watching a reel of some of the Real Housewives, and they were saying the main red flags that they see when a marriage is probably unhealthy or not good. And their number one was when they get matching tattoos. Okay, let me name them first. Their number two was long, like lengthy posts of appreciation on social media. And then their number three, shoot, darn it, what was it? I told you these. What was the number three?
A vowel renewal.
Yes, if you do a vowel renewal. Are we saying that right? Vowel renewal. Vowel. Not vowel. Vowel renewal.
Oh, that's so funny.
VOW. Okay. And I was watching and I love how blunt they are because it's just so funny. But I disagree with all of those.
I
I was
I
wondering,
want to
what do you
hear
think?
what people say. I actually believe I see the side of the lengthy post statement.
Oh, can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
So that was another thing I saw. Somebody posted, the lengthier the Valentine's Day post, the more he cheats.
Oh, why just he?
That's just what that said. But I mean, it could be she too.
Okay. I actually
So this is our debatable topic.
I'm very I don't judge. I judge almost everything, but I really actually surprisingly enough don't really judge posts. Like because I've talked to so many people that use social media as an outlet or like they have a different personality on social media or whatever. Like the stuff that people tell me kind of blows my mind. But because of that, and I know it's hard to believe because I know I'm judgmental, I really don't judge social media posts about people and their partners.
Yeah,
Unless, okay, I did do that. I did that just recently.
oh God.
Unless the
Unless you do.
unless the post is really terribly written and makes it sound like your partner is just a slave to you. Because I did read one recently and it sounded like the man was trying to say how wonderful his spouse was, but he was listing all the things she does for him. And it wasn't stuff that he actually loved about her. It was just the stuff that she takes care of for him.
Oh.
And so I did judge that post. So I did judge depending on, but if it's written well, I actually just really love to see it. Like, I'm like, oh, here for it. Happy to see that you love each other.
Yeah, if it's written well, like that's the thing. If it's written poorly, it's not really judging. He's giving you evidence like they have a shitty marriage. Like he's literally being like, "You mop the floors for me. You make my lunch." You like, okay, that's not even trying to be cute. I honestly feel like that's evidence. That's not judging. But like when somebody writes a post and it's like super lengthy and it's like, "I can't believe it's been 10 years and blah 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 blah." I fucking love that. I love reading
I
people's
don't
posts.
judge it because I feel like I've seen both sides. I've seen healthy relationships where they're very, and you know what? Some people, like the people that need words of affirmation to feel loved, that probably means so much to them to be able to read something because I just get it. Like I understand people need different things and that partner is clearly trying to satisfy probably a need of their partner by making this lengthy
No,
post.
I don't look at it like that.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't look at it like that. I feel because I don't
Because
think
you make lengthy posts.
I have made lengthy posts. I had one year where I tried not to, but I'm very verbal. Obviously, we have a podcast. Like I love writing. Like we're very, very verbal, and Adam doesn't need that. Like I don't think he needs it. He's never asked for it, but it's for me.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what I wanted to get at is I hear so many people be like, if they post a lot, they're probably unhappy, which is, it could be true. That could be true. But if you don't post a lot, you could still be unhappy. I
Yeah.
just think that some people truly use it as an outlet. And I wish people would stop being so judgy of others and what they post because your Instagram is really just for you. Like it's truly just a catalog of what you want to document and you want to say. And I like when people do lengthy posts because people go through a lot and like you're lying if you don't. Like you know what I mean? Like it's beautiful to read what they have to say. I actually think that's really cool.
So the other side of it that I do kind of get judgmental of is
Katie.
when you said that these women said these were the red flags of a bad relationship.
That's a red flag.
If anybody's pointing out the red flags of somebody else's relationship, that
seems judgy.
that is a red flag. Like that to me makes me look at those people and be like, maybe they're in really bad relationships and that's why they're taking the time to identify and judge other people's relationships.
Also, like, why are you so upset by them saying nice things about their spouse? Like, why does that bug you? You know, like, that's like crazy to me. Okay, so I don't think that's a red flag. I truly don't. I could see how some people could get triggered or, which is crazy. If you get triggered or annoyed by what somebody else is saying about their own spouse online, you have something to observe within yourself. That's what I think.
So I used to make longer posts when I was younger. And sometimes I do feel like when I see somebody make a long post about their partner, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, I think it's super cute. But I do think of like, oh, they're just so young. Like, they're still in the sweet, like, I don't know. Like, it's like this I don't want to say it's there's just like this sweetness to like young love that I don't know if I necessarily have anymore in me, like, but I really love, like, I have a bunch of younger girls that I work with, and when they talk about their partners, it is like the sweetest thing. Like, they found Prince Charming, and
Mm.
I love listening to them because I feel like they make life like my life lighter when I like hear their how
Yeah.
excited they are, and like all they want to do is get married, and
Also, like, doesn't that like that to me? Because now, if I make a post, if I did make a post, it'd probably reflect on, wow, we've been through so much. Like, oh, we've come such a long way. But when you're just newly in love and you make a post, it is truly like your miracle that you found a
you're just
person
so
that you
excited.
just like love the shit out of.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, this kind of reminded me when you are in that really emotional state where you're like, I just love everything about them. Um, have you ever, and I know like you probably have, but like I want to put this out there to everyone. Have you ever loved someone so much it actually hurt?
Yes.
Like literally, like I have the image of literally hugging them so tight, like it hurts, like you just want to, you can't let go because you love them so much. And the idea that like I think it hurts because you love them so much and you're also simultaneously, I don't know how to say the word, simultaneously
Simultaneously scared of losing
scared of
them.
losing them.
Mhm.
Because Adam, he'll say that sometimes, like he likes to cuddle and I hate to cuddle, but he'll hold me so tight and he'll be like, I just love you so much. And I can feel it. Like he's like, it hurts. Like it hurts to love you so much. But like
It hurts to love
that's how
specifically.
that's how I feel with our kids.
Yeah.
Like you just love them so much it hurts. Let people say the fuck whatever they want online. If you don't like it, then don't look.
Or just
That's what I feel.
I think that that's part of maturing too. It's like
Yeah.
if you're triggered by something, just unfollow it.
Dude, these housewives are like way older than us, though.
Okay.
So
So
what was the other one?
tattoos, which
Oh,
I can't even speak
which
on
we both
because
done.
I got a matching tattoo with my current partner.
I
And
will say though, like when we got our matching tattoos, it was out of trauma. So it was like kind of like we've been through so much together. Let's get this on our bodies. So it kind of is like a sign of like something. I don't know. I think it's like to me, matching tattoos, it can either be a really fun thing or a really spiritual thing. And if you do it together, it is kind of like bonded. Like you're bonded because
I
you did it together.
Yeah, no, I think that when we decided to get ours, I did it with such confidence. Like, I think it spoke volumes to the confidence I have in us and our relationship, but like really us, because like when we both chose what we're getting, I was like, this would be good even if we weren't together. Like, it describes both of us perfectly with or without each other. But I just think that it was also just like, we're so comfortable and confident in our own relationship that it wasn't, I don't feel like it's a red flag.
I don't think I think the only way it could be a red flag would be like if I said, Adam, get this tattoo on your ring finger so everybody knows you're married. Or
I like ring
or
finger tattoos.
I know I do too.
I was
Or
gonna say
if
it's
if
like
I was
your
like,
name.
yeah, like get Sally across your like if I'm like branding you or something. I don't know. Maybe that's a red flag then. But matching tattoos, like we got matching mountain tattoos. I don't fucking care. I don't think that's a red flag. I don't know.
I would also like, if you want to get a tattoo with me, like, I'm down. Like, I would get a tattoo with anybody.
That's another thing I think these housewives just didn't have right is that there are people that literally just get tattoos and it's just a thing. Like, you get it if your friend's in town. You get it if you go on a trip.
I
You get,
wish
like
the
it's
amount
not
of
actually a big deal.
I've asked so many of my best friends, like, we've talked about getting tattoos. We've never done it. I asked my ex to get a tattoo. He never would. Like, when my current partner was like, yeah, I'll do it, I was like, I've been asking people my whole life to do this.
Because it really is like I could see it being a special experience if you go alone, but it is so magical when you go with somebody else.
Totally.
Like it's like a spiritual thing.
It
yeah.
opens up the whole day. Like, it's just like a great day.
It's just a great day. Yeah, it really is. And then the third one that they talked about was
vow renewal.
And you guys already know, I've talked about it. I said at 10 years, I want to do a vow renewal with just me and my husband and my kids. And I disagree again because I think a lot of the people that got married or have gotten married, they don't have a wedding they like and they want to redo it the way they want to. At least that's from where I'm coming from. But also, I think it's special when the kids get to see it. I think a renewal of vows,
Vows.
we cannot say that.
We add L's to everything.
I think that it's just so, honestly, like, how can you bash that? Like, that's recommitment to each other,
so
you know?
The only thing I can give them, like, play devil's advocate on, is that they must know somebody that was going through a divorce or a breakup or cheating or something, and they decided to do that as a recommitment ceremony.
Yes.
A recommitment ceremony is different than a vow renewal,
No,
in my opinion.
I think they're the same pretty much.
They're the same, but I do think that they must have known somebody. Like, it must have been speaking on experience or something, because I don't know anybody that's gotten a vow renewal, because we're only 36 years old, and I feel like it's a little bit too young.
Most people are getting, like, divorced right now.
Nobody's getting divorced. I don't know how.
No, I need a
person I know that's, like, gone through divorce at this age. Not that I want people to get divorced, but, like, I thought it'd be like 60% of the population.
I mean,
just me.
Sadly, I think it's coming because I'm back on social media, and I was listening to this guy who seemed like he had an education, and he was, like, saying that over 50% of marriages nowadays end in divorce,
which has always been the statistic.
And then he said, and don't be too quick to congratulate the people that stay together for like 30, 40 years. He said, because a high percentage of those, they're not even happy together. Like, they actually should have separated. So the percentage of happy marriages that stay together is really, really quite low, which is crazy.
Well, I also, like, what the fuck happened to this guy that is so pessimistic? But I
think it was backed on, like, research.
I watched, and I think I told you this, but I watched an
Slow down, you're talking.
Okay. I watched an interview with Ben
Katie's
Stiller.
on speed over here.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just expect people to keep up with me. Also, I look at the timer like no joke.
Stop looking at the timer.
Okay.
Chill out and slow down.
So I watched an interview with, and I feel bad saying this because I don't know her name. I just know that she's Ben Stiller's wife.
Oh shoot!
And
what
I
is
hate
her name?
that because I don't want to, like, to. That's so less than.
I know her as
somebody as somebody's wife.
Marsha Brady.
Okay, so but they infamously separated or divorced and then got back together. I think during COVID, they, like, decided to get back together because they were stuck in a house together. Anyways, but she said that their therapist told them that when the institution of marriage became a thing, you know, life spans were much shorter. So, like, 35 years was, like, probably, like, how long you were going to live, you know? So, like, the institution of marriage and just the longevity of staying with the same person for your entire adult life is dated. And so they had to separate to come back together, and, like, they're the happiest they've ever been, and go to therapy, and their kids, you know, are totally okay. They didn't, like, ruin their relationship with their children. But I just also thought, well, that's a pretty legit statement. Like, who knew you'd be spending whatever 60 plus years with one person?
You're like, I thought I was gonna die, and I'm stuck with you even longer.
He's been here forever. Yeah, I just thought that was, like, a legit, like, I'll ponder that.
I thought Adam was gonna die at 60, and he's still alive.
I just think about my ex, and I'm like, we did 10 years, and I feel like that was great. Like, that was a great amount of time for us to be together. Like, we didn't need to be together any longer. We probably could have stayed together for, like, 6 years, but, like, I think it's okay to be like, you know what? And now we don't really fit anymore. Like, we fit in the beginning, but we don't really fit anymore, and, like, move on to the next season and the next best thing, you know?
Apparently that's what most people think, because the statistics out there are like that. I also, though, like I've said before, after you went through a divorce, God, it was terrible at the time. Like, it was terrible at the time. But now that we're through it, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Like, it really doesn't. Like, it's like, oh, life didn't stop. I continued having good memories, and I met somebody who treats me well. Like, it just seems so little compared to how big of it is when, like, you're getting a divorce, like, in the middle of it.
I think because I was the first friend, and I still am, the only person I know in my friend group that is divorced, and I'm not wishing divorce upon anybody. I just feel like if the statistic is 50%, then what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Anyways, you pick some really loyal friends.
So, but my thing is, like, when it happened, I felt so much shame around deciding to do it. And I was like, oh, what are people going to think? Like, I was so worried about everybody else. And now looking back, I'm like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. They just want you to be happy.
But that goes along with even what we're talking about. Like, if you have all these rules that point to an unhealthy marriage, that's really caring about other people a lot. Like, nobody cares that much about, like, if I see somebody makes a long post or somebody gets a matching tattoo or somebody has a vow, all of those, first of all, if I saw any of those, I would love it and be like, oh my God, this is so cute. I want to do this. I love all those things. So I don't know what that says about me. But
you just love because you're such a Lifetime movie. Like, you're like, you
do.
love those things.
I was telling Katie this. There's a couple of shows that I've just committed to, and they're so cheesy. They're like Hallmarky, but I watched like so many seasons, so now
Hallmark
I need to finish.
Movie. Yes, Hallmark. You're a
one
Hallmark
is
movie.
One is Virgin River on Netflix. Like, it's almost unbearable. It like makes me gag. Like, some of the lines are just so nasty. Like, not nasty. It's not like nasty, but
just
it's like
cheesy.
Cheesy, yeah, so cheesy. And right now I'm in the process of watching the 4th season of Sweet Magnolias, and I will say my eyes have teared up a couple times, which that must be decent writing. But most of it, I just cringe the whole time, and I'm like, I hate this. But why? I gotta finish it. Also, Jamie Lynn Spears is in that, and people have said that I look like Jamie Lynn Spears, and every time I look at her, I'm just like, is that what I look like?
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my God, I can't. I mean, I guess maybe. I don't know.
I don't know
if we look.
That, although I appreciate aging, I think we're aging out of looking like anybody anymore.
Well, you look like me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as celebrities go,
no. I mean, I was just on a girls' trip this year, and somebody was like, "Oh, do I know you?" And I was like, "No." And then I told my friends, "Oh my gosh, people always think they know me, but they don't." And the next day it happened again, and I was telling the waitress this because she was the one that said it, and she's like, "Oh, you must have cousin face." And I was like, what?
Cousin face?
Yeah, I was like, what's cousin face? And she's like, like, you're in the family. Like, you have a very, like, cousin face. Like, people, you remind them of someone.
I always, because that happens to me a lot, too, where people are like, I know you.
We get it so much.
But I'm positive it's because we're the literal definition of average. Basic, average. Now, like, I like to believe I'm an exceptional human being. But like, when you look at statistics, like, statistically, like, the average height for a woman is 5'4". Statistically, the average height is so and so. Statistically, average hair color is brown. Like, we are so, like, if you were to look up the actual stats on an average basic fucking bitch, and, like, I don't even like pumpkin spice. So, like, I'm not average in that way. But I will say I'm basic as fuck, and I really think this speaks volumes to that statement, because everybody everywhere thinks they know us.
It's true, everywhere. Yeah. And it's not just the Midwest, even though when I go to the Midwest, all the girls do look the same. We really look like Midwest girls.
Yeah. All right. So
anyway, I was just thinking with that, since we kind of like said we don't agree with any of those being red flags. Do you think there are certain red flags?
The only red flag I can think of right now, because I really try. I know this sounds insane, because I know I'm judgmental, but I really do. I feel like when it comes to other people's relationships, I try to stay out of it.
Yeah. It gets easier as you get older.
Yeah, like partnerships and whatever, I like do not judge other people, because you never know what the heck their relationship is. But if somebody has a shared Facebook page, like, it's like Matt and Cindy Smith, and like it's their Facebook together, somebody, my mind goes to somebody doesn't trust somebody.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's weird.
Why? I mean, Facebook's not what it used to be. So, like, I'm not. This statement I feel like meant more like 10 years ago. Yeah. But like now, I don't think people use Facebook very much. But I do think shared
social media
accounts, and like, it's social media. It's not like a shared email. Like, this is something that you project out into the world together. Like, your identity is mushed together. And I hate the idea of that too, because when I was married, I felt like my spouse and I literally formed into one identity. We didn't share accounts or anything, but because he was always talking to other women.
Yeah, he was smart enough to. Well, I mean, but kidding. If you would have been like mad at him, you would have been like, "Oh, we need to share an account, so you can't talk to other women." We never
did, but we honestly became the same person. Like, we had all the same interests. We only talked to the same people. We were literally
go identical. On with your story.
Okay. Also, dangerous place to be. But that is where I feel like, okay,
If they have a shared account.
if they have a shared account, I I have some thoughts, you know?
Yeah, I will say, so I agree with the shared Facebooks are very weird to me. I don't understand because you know who's
I think people will say that it's because they only have a Facebook for their family and they do it just so the family can reach out to them.
my thing is like you know who's in charge of that Facebook. It's not the man. Like if it's a shared Facebook account, it's not Fred's, it's Cindy's. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. And then if
True.
you DM, like, obviously, no girl's gonna be stupid enough to DM somebody that has a shared Facebook, but if they do, you're talking to the wife.
I mean, I think it's more so to catch your partner. Like your man might DM somebody
Oh
using that
God,
Facebook.
that would be the
Facebook account.
stupidest. Like, how stupid do you need to be though?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I think that is kind of a red flag. I was thinking the other day, actually, I was working out and my trainer was like, "Oh, Sally, do you usually wear a ring?" Because I've been wearing like just my band, and I haven't been wearing my wedding ring because my fingers have been getting really swollen, and I don't like how tight it feels, and the band is a little bit looser.
Mm.
Um, but I was like, "Oh no, I actually." That's what I told him. I've been wearing only my band or whatever. But do you think it's a red flag when somebody doesn't wear their wedding rings?
Mm. Okay. You know what? I hate to say it, I'm harder on men than I am on women. I don't think it's a red flag when a woman's not wearing hers because there's just so many things there are so many things you have to do throughout the day. Like, I mean, this is such a double standard. But okay, I hate to say this. I feel like for some reason, probably because I'm a woman, I'm much easier on women about this than I am with men. If like a girlfriend of mine isn't wearing a ring, I'm like, oh, like she had to take it off for some reason, or she, whatever, like was painting and didn't want to get it full of paint. If a man's not wearing his, then I'm like, something is going on. Like I'm like immediately like something is up. He's trying to talk to other women or he's being sketchy AF. I just go there instantaneously.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I never would think it's bad for a girl not to wear a ring. Like I was in the conversation as we were talking about it with a group, like all the women were like, "Oh yeah, I don't wear mine because it's expensive, and I don't want the diamond to fall out when I'm like working out." Or, "Oh, I deal with horses and I can't wear rings." Or like they all have like hobbies or jobs that they're like, "I don't really want to wear it," or whatever.
Yeah.
And I also think as you get older, like that importance of showing off your beautiful engagement ring, it also goes away. Kind of like, it was really cool to wear your ring, and like it is still cool to wear a ring, but you always wanted to show it off when you first got it, when you're young and everyone's like, "Are you engaged yet?" Now I'm just like, it is beautiful and I will wear it on special occasions or whatever, but I like being comfortable in a band. Like I can sleep in it, I feel comfy.
Well, and that's like, okay, going back to the word comfortable. If a man takes off his comfortable ring, like, why? I don't understand. It's just a band. Like, it's not like it has the giant rock that can, like, scratch you or, like, gets inconvenient when you're trying to put a glove on. Like, it's literally just a band.
And also, it's probably very inexpensive compared to the woman's ring, because my engagement ring was so much money compared to Adam's little $500 band. Like bands for men are not expensive. So if you're like, "I'm going to ruin it," it's like, that's a weird excuse for a guy.
Yeah.
Also, Adam can't even take his off. His knuckles
And, like,
are too big.
I feel like this is, like, and, like, unfortunately, I guess I am biased, but, like, if I would judge a woman if, like, particular instances. If I was on a bachelorette party with a bunch of women and all the girls were like, "Let's take off our engagement rings," I'd be like, "Oh shit, stuff's about to go down."
Yes, okay. Like, so it's like situational, because like if a guy's like walking into work and he takes off his wedding band,
like his office job,
like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it's like when
but if he's working on like a construction site and he takes off his band, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, that man's trying to pick up women on a construction site." Like, no, I clearly understand that it could snag on something and his whole finger could fall off.
If a guy is dressed in a nice outfit, a button-down shirt, going to cocktails, like he should be wearing his wedding ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's the same for girls. But I don't know. I mean, maybe
we need to ask the general
basically
public.
What we're learning is I think all of these red flags are not red flags, but there's certain things that I feel like girls can get away with and guys can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I the shared social media accounts is one that I think is kind of a red flag-ish
What is
flag.
another one?
And maybe not having a wedding ring on. Like maybe if you're a man.
Only if you're a man.
Only if you're a man.
I mean, I really am hard on them because
I mean,
it's just a band. That is like,
there's other things that are like not even red flags. There's like things like if he doesn't help you with a baby at night and stuff like that. But those I don't even
But no,
those
we're
are red flags. Those are legit terrible things
we're
that
also
should be
not
different.
we're talking about like what you project out into the world.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
not in like the comfort of your home.
Yeah,
but,
like what people can observe
what
about
people
you.
could look at and be like,
why is
that
Sally
is
not
a
wearing a
really-
wedding band?
that's
Yeah,
a big
type
red
thing.
flag. Yeah. And I don't think I don't think I actually have any more because I really have
Try not to judge.
I really try not to. Like with people's relationships, I'm like, I don't know, what works for them works for them. I mean,
exactly.
yeah, like
I love being in the state of indifference that is your upper 30s. Guys, if you're not there yet, it is blissful.
It is
like
nice.
just to not give a shit about anyone. But like in the most healthy way.
yeah.
Yeah. So lastly, since it is Valentine's Day coming up, I was thinking of what are some green flags your current partner has that you would like to shout out for him.
Okay, well, I just told him this yesterday, but whenever I really feel like I have to cry, he always says, "Let it rip." And I just love that because like, and then of course I'm like, I can't cry now. Like, and you just like told me I'm allowed to, and now I like can't make the tears come out.
Yeah, part of it is like thinking I can't do it.
Yeah, but I've always appreciated that because like I've always felt like I inconvenience others if I want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
And then for somebody to be like, just go for it. Let it rip. I'm like,
I'm
well,
not, you're not gonna scare me.
Now you make me so happy. I can't.
Oh, that is a green flag.
Yeah.
Here, we'll go back and forth. Okay, so a green flag I loved about Adam the minute I met him, but also now because it's withheld, is his effort he puts into everything. Like he is like 110% effort on most things. Like I feel like he's just always like go 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 go, and like
is it just like, so what is the green flag? Is that like he'll say yes to anything?
no, because that's different.
Yeah.
Katie thinks he's a yes man. Stop it. She's like, because he'll say yes to everything. That's actually not at all what I was saying. I'm saying his effort, like if he's helping me with the kids, he's like 110%. Or if he's cleaning, he's 110%. If he goes to work, he does 110%.
Oh, so so you like
his
that
effort, his work
100%
ethic
into like where he's at.
Yes, like I love his work ethic. Like
Yeah.
that to me is such a green flag.
Yeah.
I don't like lazy people. I mean, I can be lazy, but I don't want my partner to be lazy.
No, but I'm the same because like I need to be with somebody that has a really, really good work ethic.
Yes. And like we are different in terms of urgency. Like he can be more lackadaisical sometimes, but when he is really zoned in on something, he is like,
it's because when Sally wants something, she wants it now.
I want it now.
I want my golden goose.
I'm Faruka.
That's her.
I want a golden goose, Daddy. Is it a golden goose she wants? Or
She wants an egg. But I always say golden goose.
I want a golden egg.
Golden because they lay the eggs. So like you need the goose to continue to lay the eggs.
I want Botox, Daddy.
No, you don't.
Oh,
my younger coworkers talked me out of it.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Okay.
Well, what's another green flag for your partner? We'll do 3 each. Or something.
Another green flag.
Like even before you were dating him.
Oh.
Or it can be both. I mean,
there's so many. I mean, just like I was just gonna go with like recent or whatever.
mm-hmm.
But he's always rationalizing why like it's important to eat to me, and he's like, you have to eat, like this is important. And I'm always so, because I'm on my journey with my weight and stuff, but I really appreciate that he's always saying like, Katie, like you need to eat a full meal, Katie, like this is like normal. And he's rationalizing it. And in the past I've been with partners that would probably be the opposite,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I love that he's just like always, because he wants to eat fucking meals. Like,
I think that is a green flag. I
then-
remember when I first started dating Adam, like we'd go out drinking and the next morning he'd make me like an egg sandwich and he'd be like, you need to nourish your body back, or like you need to, and that was really hot. Like that is cute that he cares to like be like, this is good for your body, take it. Like,
yeah.
you know, obviously the complete opposite would be like, you don't look good, don't like You know,
Or
like,
yeah,
we've
you
been
are.
with guys
I
that are
think
like,
so.
you're eating too much or whatever.
Yeah, and for example, my last partner or whatever, my marriage, he knows all of this, so like I love that he allows me to talk about it. That's great. But he would tell me like when I was the heaviest I've ever
Okay.
been.
All right.
You know,
Well,
like so that's the
let's go
opposite.
with the green flags.
Okay,
We're gonna
green flags. Okay.
continue back on green flags.
All right,
All right. Did I go or did you go?
I went.
Okay. Another green flag that Adam has is that he doesn't snore.
Oh, I can't even relate because mine
It is
does.
the best night's sleep I've ever had with a
But
partner.
the green that's not like a
That is a green flag.
character.
No,
Quality.
that is a green flag. That is absolutely so important. Every single person I dated snored like fucking mountains. Like, I don't know why I said mountains. Like,
Mountains.
literally, like, so loud. Like, the whole house would shake.
You're thinking big and you thought mountains.
Yeah,
and it
like,
came out.
yeah. And Adam is as silent as a little mouse. And I love it. I love it so much. Like, it's such a green flag. I honestly think there's only a small percentage of men out there that don't snore. And I am lucky enough to have one of them.
I know. The only thing I like about the snoring is I know that my partner's alive. Like I'm like, oh, good, they're alive.
Oh no, I mean I know because Adam was always trying to cuddle me.
Oh, anyways, okay. So I have a partner that snores, so I can't relate.
Well,
But,
that was my green flag for my husband.
my last green flag is, and this one is a small one, but every time my partner takes a shower and I shower after him, he hangs a towel up for me that's clean on the shower after he gets out. And I didn't even know he was doing it for the longest time. And I always be like, why does he fold his towel up so nicely and like put it back over the shower? And then I found out like, no, he takes a clean towel and puts it over there for me. So I was avoiding it for like months. Like I was like, who's doing, like he just folds up his own towel and going to get my own. He's like, you know that's for you, right? And I was like, oh my god,
That's what, like he was like waiting for you to notice. Like she's gonna notice one day, and maybe she'll say thank you.
Yeah, no,
And
like,
what if he just thought
like,
you like just you? What if he just thought you did notice and you just never
No.
said thank you because you expected
okay,
it?
but like that's him in a nutshell. Like where like the kindness, like I'm so not used to the kindness that he has that like I don't even believe it when I see it. Like it's right in front of me, like this clean folded towel. And I'm like, that's his. That's like my brain doesn't even go there. But it reminded me one day he had sent me a Venmo, like, and it was like very sweet of him to do, but he was like for self care, and he's like it's labeled self care, but I didn't see it all day. I didn't look at my Venmo. Like, I really don't like. I know it gives you notifications, but like when I'm at work, I really don't answer anything on my phone.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
And I'm not looking, and it annoys the hell out of everybody. But I really don't look at my phone while I'm at work, unless it's for work. So anyways, so like he went the whole day and I didn't say anything about it all day. Like he came home, we ate dinner and we are like laying down and I like finally checked my phone and it's like Venmo from, your partner and it's for self-care. And I just was like,
cute.
I was like, oh my God, baby, you didn't say anything to me when I didn't see this and didn't say anything to you because I probably looked like such a bitch all day, like not bringing it up, but I had no idea. And he's like, no, it didn't even bother him that I didn't bring it up.
Okay,
That's crazy. Like, you're right.
That's another conversation you kind of reminded me of like shared finances.
Oh,
But anyway, we'll cover that someday.
okay.
But green flags for Adam. I had one in my mind just a second ago.
I was thinking about. Oh, okay.
Oh, do you have one for him?
No, not about. No, if you couldn't think of one, I was going to tell the one about your best friend's story with her husband and the chocolates.
What?
So when she likes chocolates on her pillow when she travels. Do I remember?
I don't remember this.
Oh my goodness!
No.
So I believe this was, and I'm gonna get it wrong. So shout out to this specific friend of Sally's.
No idea who she's going.
But this was really cute. I thought this was such a green flag and the cutest thing ever. And I'm gonna get it wrong, like I said, but like for the sake of the story, I believe that they went on their honeymoon in Italy or Ireland or something.
No,
Ireland. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell the story I know.
She's wrong.
And
that's not where they went on their honeymoon.
Okay, anyways, I don't even know if this specific instance was their honeymoon. I think it was.
Okay.
But whenever she'd like get when they check in or whatever, when she get to her bed at night. Oh, it was at night, I think. There'd always be these Andes Mint chocolates on her pillow, and she was always like, "Oh, that's so sweet! Like this hotel or whatever, this Airbnb, like they put the chocolates on the pillow through the day, and they're like her favorite thing in the entire world." So she kept like attributing like this moment of joy and happiness for herself with like something that the hotel must be doing. And then when I don't know if they got home or when it ended up coming out, but she found out that her husband knew how much like she loved this, and
Aw.
he was putting them on her pillow each day.
Oh my
And she thought it was
God.
do you not remember this?
I know who you're talking about now. That is fucking cute.
Isn't
That
that
is
the
so
cutest
thoughtful.
thing? Yeah.
That's so cute. See, I think like those little things like acts of service or whatever, that's adorable. Like
Yeah.
there's so many things that I do say that's a green flag with Adam. But I want to say my last green flag with him
Yeah.
is that he's horny AF and he just literally always like I don't know, he's always like confident in his body and that's really hot, but also like he's obsessed with mine. And like I love that. Like he wants to have sex like every minute of the day.
Oh my gosh, Sully. You're like talking too much about Adam. It's
Okay,
grossing
no,
me
but
out.
that's a green flag.
Okay.
If they were like the opposite, that would be a red flag.
True. But like some people have things they can't help, or I don't even know.
Okay,
But
well, it's
yes,
a green flag for him
me.
in particular.
We
I'm talking
should have.
about him in particular for me.
Well, anyways, with this Valentine's Day, I feel like we should have asked other people like what cute stories they have.
I don't know. Do you think Taylor Swift is getting engaged today? It's the Super Bowl today, guys. So you're gonna be listening.
Okay, I have thoughts on this. I don't want it to happen because I don't think that her engagement day should be shared with the Super Bowl. And especially if Travis wins, I think that's tacky to like win something and then be
beyond riding a
the
high.
day is already about you. Yeah, exactly. Like riding a high, doing this like in that moment. I think it takes away from her. Like I don't I just and I would say this about any relationship, even if it wasn't Taylor Swift. Like if somebody's like, I got a promotion today and I'm gonna go now propose to my partner, like you're just so happy you're like being crazy. Like,
oh my gosh, okay, you know what? I agree. I think it's just like you're already gonna be riding a high today. Like maybe let it rest. Like go do it a different day.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, do you think it's tacky when like fiancés dance for their husband or the husband dances for them at their wedding? Like, you know, when like the girls all break out and they're like, and the husband's like sitting on a chair watching, which is so awkward. Like, is that a red flag? Because I feel like that's kind of a red flag.
Okay, that also, okay, unless your profession is a dancer, which it has to be. If your profession is okay, if you're a professional dancer and that's your art form and that's how you express your emotions and show how you feel about this person, I'm talking like interpretive dance.
No, but like can you like honestly like the girl doing it the guy isn't as gagging as the guy doing it to the girl.
I think it's just as I'm thinking when I've seen all the videos of like girls dancing for their husbands, I'm like, how are you doing this in front of your family? It feels
like because they're always like sexy dances.
So gross.
No, and
also do that for the Bachelorette or like the Bachelorette season. Like do the sexy stuff then, and then at the wedding with the whole family, like be a little bit more refined or something.
No, but like when a guy does it, it grosses me out even more because why don't they ever look uncomfortable sitting in the chair alone? I'd be so uncomfortable. I'd be like, can somebody come over here and sit with me? This is weird. I don't want to be. It's almost like watching a guy sing to you. It's like, what do I do with my hands? I don't know what to do. But when the guy's dancing, it feels to me like he wants all the attention.
I did have a guy that I dated that tried to be sexy and like dance for me.
Ew.
And he like
how'd it go?
He like did like try to give me a lap dance and everything. It was so awkward.
Oh my god,
guys! It was It was so awkward. Oh my goodness, but you could tell by his face he thought he looked really sexy.
That is a big ick. Speaking
Oh.
of icks, people have been sending me in their icks, so I have a lot more.
Oh.
But one of them is 110% a guy who thinks he's being sexy and he's not. Like, think of like a guy who's like, yeah, trying to act all sexy and dance like Channing Tatum, but like literally looks terrible doing it. That makes me so uncomfortable. Like that would be the biggest turnoff ever.
Oh my goodness.
I would be like, don't. I'm pretty picky with men that dance in general. How they dance, it needs to be specific to me. Like they have to be pretty good at it, or they have to like be pretty manly at it. If they're bad at it, it's bad. Like a bad dancer sucks.
Another thing that happened is there was this guy who, after we got done hooking up, he wanted to meditate together, and he had me sit on his bed, cross-legged, in front of him, and like we were like, he's like breathing with me, and again, like Lord. Guys, this was like it was like when because I was not meditating. Like I couldn't. I was like so like taken aback by like this awkward situation. We didn't date. We were just like we hooked up once. And so like this is what I got for that. And I was watching him the whole time, like trying not to laugh, and like he was taking it so seriously.
So creepy.
And I was like, this is not, it's one of those moments where you're like, I need to get out of this as fast as possible.
This feels like he's like, you know how they say people like trade energy when they have sex? Like he's like stealing your soul. Like he's like, now let's meditate as I like get the rest of your body's aura.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. That just reminds me of like praying before having sex.
It was
like that.
It was definitely, and I was young too. I feel like I was like 21 years old or something. So like, just like, I was like, that's what you get for hooking up with an older guy. Like, no other 21-year-old guy would have made me do that.
Did you think like all old men just meditated after sex? Like, that's just so weird.
It was just so uncomfortable. I just, yeah.
To me, that's a red flag. Although it's a green flag for the one woman in the whole entire world that would probably do the same thing. And can you imagine if she's like, I usually meditate after I have sex.
Oh,
he's like, I do too.
I'm pretty sure he got married and he found like his person, like his penguin.
Yeah.
You know, like
they like both love meditating.
Everybody has a penguin, you know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, anyway, I think we're about at the end of the episode. Basically, we debunked all of the red flags that the housewives gave us. Or we're in very problematic relationships ourselves. But it's one of the two. I'm not really sure. I think we're right about everything, honestly. Let's be real. But anyway, we hope everybody has a great Super Bowl party.
We didn't even mention the Super Bowl really until we talked about Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And we said Super Bowl Sunday, so have a great Super Bowl.
Have a great Super Bowl. We will not be watching it. We are not in. I wore my Packer jersey today because I was just like, I'm so not into this.
I will have it on, but I probably won't pay much attention.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So have a great Valentine's Day. We hope you don't get broken up with on it. But if you do, reach out because we will be in the breakup club.
Yes, we're in the business.
We're in a support group.
Yeah. Understanding.
Also, take a mental health day. What is one mental thing you want to leave people with this week?
Oh, clip your toenails.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, clip your toenails.
Yeah, clip those toenails. I literally had that thought before I got here today.
Synchronicity.
Not that I would say that to people, but the fact that I need to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, red flags, guys with long fingernails. Okay, well, that's it. Love you guys. Bye. Hi, everyone. It's Sally. We're going to leave our story there for today and pick up next week on Twin Study After Dark. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies.